Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the special meeting of the Nominations and Sun Valley Nominations and Elections Committee this Monday, September 8th. All of the committee is here, so appreciate those that might be watching and for the committee for your presence. Appreciate it. We have the agenda. Is there anything that anybody would like to add to the agenda?
I wanted to amend the agenda on the minutes.
Yes,
You have approved August 8th. I don't think we met on August 8th.
we did not. That's a typo.
And so I wanted to say, let's approve the minutes for 8:25 and 9:03. That's what's missing from the website.
Thank you. So motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll move to amend.
I
Move to
think
approve.
I think Don got that, and Joe Jean, thank you for seconding. All in favor?
Aye.
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 And Michael, I think that you said aye.
Yeah.
I think that's unanimous. Spencer, do we have any members with us tonight?
No, looks like it's just us.
Okay, then
We're not
we'll go ahead.
outside.
That vote was to amend the agenda and approve the minutes then.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
done. All right. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, no members are with us. Let's go into old business. I sent a group of proposed questions that I thought we might take a look at. There's a category in them, and then there's a couple sub bullets with what some of those questions might be. I was thinking Forum 1 might have one of the sub bullets. Forum 2 might have the second.
What?
So I thought that the one might be around motivation, people's motivation, their skills. I thought that another section might be the community issues and priorities that people might feel are important. The third might be around working as teams and conflict resolution. The fourth one might be around understanding the role of the board. And then the last one might be around financial oversight. And each of those sections or categories has a couple of questions in them. So
Could you repeat 1, 2, and 3? I got distracted by my wife.
no problem. One is motivation and skills. Number 2 is community issues and priorities. Number 3 is teamwork and conflict resolution. So if you guys, hopefully you've had, I know those got out late, but if you have the ability to take a look at the sub questions in there, I was thinking we would send whatever questions we choose, we would send them to the candidates so that they can think about them and review it and then go ahead and answer them at the forum. So
Question, Ron.
Sure.
You're referring to bullet points and subcat. What are you referring to when you're saying this?
So what in the email there, I sent you 2 emails. One says this one in questions. The number 1 category is motivation and skills. And there's a sub bullet there.
I didn't get anything like that.
All I have is a brief 90-minute agenda with it's open, like nothing's on it.
Okay, hang on a second.
And yeah,
I sent it from my phone. I sent it from my phone, so it could be.
Was this something you sent today?
I did.
Okay, I got the 90-minute agenda.
Yep.
but I don't see the bullet points you're talking about on here. It just says
Coming right-
moderator asked 5 prepared questions.
It's coming to you
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, okay.
I was in town when I sent that, so it could be that my phone.
Now I have to leave the meeting to read it. Oh.
Okay, here we go. Here's the last one. No wonder you were confused.
Yeah.
This is just going to be titled questions.
Yeah, I don't have any of them.
They're not coming through.
Well, I haven't quite sent it yet. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Well, what you just mentioned sounds good. I was having a hard time being very creative because every year it's kind of the same questions are regurgitated and they're all, I mean, what the question is isn't particularly important. It's how the candidate answers. That's
Yep.
to
Yep.
me more important.
So essentially you already have all the questions.
Well, essentially, what I wanted to do is for us to go ahead and review just what I thought, and if anybody wants to add anything. Last meeting we said it would be good for us to kind of think about what questions we might have and send, be prepared to share them tonight.
Yeah, I got 3 that I came up with.
Let me see here.
I came up with three or four that were pretty much matched what you just mentioned. I was trying to get more creative and I wasn't working on it today.
We have plenty of time to work on this, though, if it doesn't come through tonight. So, I mean, we don't have to spend a ton of time
I
on this.
received the candidate form suggested questions that you just
Oh,
did.
here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it. So
Michael, I think I sent it as a Google Doc.
yeah, somebody has to give me access.
You sent it as a what?
as
A Google
Doc.
document, which isn't open.
I opened it without any problem.
Mine says somebody has to give me permission.
Yeah, you got it.
See what happens now. Oh, request access. There we go.
Yeah, I just requested access too.
Oh, now I have to go find another email. Geez, they make it difficult.
You ought to get an Apple computer. I got it right away.
I've got an iPhone. That's as Apple as I get.
Yeah, well, it'll be hard to read all this on an iPhone.
Yeah, you guys should try it again because I went into the document and I gave you all edit access.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I got it.
I don't have it at all.
Okay, it came through. Got it.
All right. I can even do it this way too.
We all like to think the internet is instant, and it's no way it is.
Now, let me do this.
I hate Google Docs. I don't use Google at all.
Okay.
It's kind of
So I'm not
tiny to read.
So I'm sharing my screen and can you see that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So here are some suggested questions that I came up with. And those little bullets I was talking about might be a question for, like, say, the top bullet. Maybe that's form number 1. The bottom one might be come out of form number 2. So it's not the same questions, but they still fall within what are people's motivations and skills? Okay. And I'll scroll. I won't read it to you. I'll let you guys read it.
Oh, I've got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Number
my
two.
questions that I came up with all fit in the same thing. You have them pretty much here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get a good answer in 2 minutes too.
Yes, we should keep the questions fairly straightforward and simple so that it's possible to give a coherent answer in 2 minutes.
We'll flip over to the agenda a little bit. I have a proposed agenda and I'm giving them 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
3 minutes for both questions, or you're just going to ask them one of the questions?
It would be each form would have one question from these categories.
And they would all get the same question.
Yes, and they would all get
That-
3 minutes to answer it.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
in this Q&A session.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's changed to 3 minutes. Okay. Times 5 is 15 minutes.
Well, 15 minutes per, well, no,
For
12,
that.
it'd be 12 minutes, it'd be 12 minutes per category.
Well, I'm
have-
looking at Q&A session. Each candidate gets 3 minutes per question. There's 5 candidates. That's 15 minutes.
Okay,
Is the ACC candidate going to answer these questions too?
no.
So there's only 4 candidates, right?
If the ACC candidate votes once, they're in.
Yeah.
So I think I talked to Terry about it, and and I said we don't want to be rude to you, but it doesn't seem like it'd be good use of your time or in the forum itself to ask you a question when it's just if one person in the community votes for you, you're in. I copied I went up with a couple of scenarios and I copied the wrong one. So what this is Q&A session would be 3 minutes for 4 people. Because what I did was I built this around what if there were 5 or 6 people, and I came up with a couple different scenarios and I pasted the wrong thing in. Wouldn't be
Gotcha.
the first time, guys. So this would be a welcome. There's an opening script, explain the format, the timelines, asking everybody to be respectful. You know, I'm just not going to stand for any shouting out or from the candidates or anybody in the crowd. We're just not going to we're not going to have that. Then there would be opening statements. That's actually 3 minutes per person. The Q&A session would be 5 questions, something from each of those categories. 3 minutes, 4 people. We know now that there's 4 people. Part of this is when I built this proposal to you guys, I had no idea how many people had applied. Okay. Then there's a buffer between, tools building in a buffer around some transitions. Then give people 3 minutes to have a closing statement. So I thought we would start with each question. We would start with the person at the top of the ballot, or it could be the person at the bottom. It doesn't matter. And go that way through. then same with answering the questions, but each time you go to a new question, you start with the next person down or the next person up, whatever it is. And at the end, closing statements, whoever was the last with opening gets to close first. Really trying to make this, as fair and open and transparent as possible. So, does this seem like the right format, guys? In terms
Yeah,
of,
we'll
It
have to edit
seems-
it, but it all looks great.
yeah, I will
Seems
edit
pretty
it.
standard.
I'll edit it. The questions, the questions itself. Do you guys have a better wording of any of these, or do you want to go with these? What do you guys want to do?
Well, looking, I'd like to read this, and I don't have it where I can read it, but I looked at what we did last year, and I thought some of the questions were like off the wall at any rate. Well, they were too pointed of what do you think about this certain thing, you know, mostly they were talking about um Airbnbs and all that stuff and parking,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. It was kind of,
Yeah.
it was just like,
Well,
um,
new candidates aren't going to be specifically necessarily in tune with the issues, a specific issue to the point where they're going to give a coherent answer.
I think most of the candidates are already in tune with what is going on here in the valley. That's why they're running.
Right.
That's right.
And but basically I came up with what do you bring to the leadership of the HOA, and you have that in motivation and skills, basically, you know, so however that is worded, like what skill do you bring to the leadership of the homeowner association? And the other I thought was like, what do you determine as the top two issues for the most important for the future of this valley? You know, what are the two biggest issues that we have? And in
Yeah.
their vision. And then I had where in your decision making process do the homeowner's view fit in?
Okay. That's good.
Because
We could,
every year we talk about transparency and we don't get it, and topics like that. And I just like to what is your, you know, you're elected by the people. How do you view the views of the people that are electing you? How are you going to represent us?
that's really good, Michael. I can,
But we can work these out. We
Yeah.
got 2 months to fine tune these questions. There's only going to end up being 5. We can't have 2 questions per section. We'll be there 3 hours.
no. There's going to be one question per
Yes.
section.
Yeah. So
There
we're
won't
going
be
to
two.
fine tune this thing anyway.
Yeah, there would be one question per section.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree that these are the right? I'm calling them category sections. Is this the right items that we want to ask a potential board member?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the categories are just fine.
How about you, Joe Jean?
No, I think they're fine too.
Yeah, because I thought I don't know if I've ever really heard a question around what's the role of the board. You know, for all those of us who've been on the board, our attorney tells us it's to provide governance and oversight. You know, and I don't want to ask. What do you guys think? Would you approve a dog park? That's going to get resolved down the road. I really want to know more about what's motivating some. I'm speaking for myself when I say but I'm thinking, what's motivating you to run? What skills do you bring? How are you going to get along when there's differences in opinion? financial oversight, that's going to be a huge thing going down the road. Yeah,
I think those are all relevant
we can,
areas to touch on. Yeah.
yeah, and we could craft a better wording on these.
Yeah.
What Michael was saying about how are you listening to the people that voted for you? That's really good.
Can you
So,
send this out to us at a document that we can actually open, like a Word
Yeah.
document?
yeah, when I tried to send it to you earlier, and I guess the email failed,
Yeah,
send it to you as a PDF, and I'll do that again tonight.
that'd be great.
Yep. Okay, what's next on here? Let's see. So we looked at the questions. The next item would be views and eBlast articles. Could you please move the dog? I got these dogs that are barking here. I can't hear. Okay, so the next item is views and eBlast articles. I'm working on an eBlast for this week. I got an email from a community member, and she's been really good at kind of expressing some concern about how well things read in terms of people opting into electronic ballots. And the question comes around, if everybody's going to get paper printed materials, if somebody opts into an e-ballot, are they still going to get paper materials? If they decide not to use the e-ballot that they've opted into, can they still use their paper materials? And so I want to put together a e-blast that tries to answer that questions. I thought it was a very good question. Had hoped to do that last week, but it just ran out of time with some other things that were going on.
How many people have the number? I'm sure the numbers changed for the amount of people that have signed up for electronic voting since last time.
Last I heard it was 85. Well, but I think it's probably more now.
Yeah, because
Hope so.
I did. I went in and signed up for just the electronic vote.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I wanted to see how it worked. And my understanding is I won't get a paper ballot then, right?
No, you will.
You will.
I still
Eric,
won't. Well, I
you
thought we
still
were doing
will.
this to save money.
We are.
Well, how if
Here's
they're
what we
still
say.
mailing out, printing and mailing out the ballots, where's it saving any money?
Well, let me answer your question, Michael. Yes, there's money in printing out and sending to them. At this point, we will save money to not have to pay for the return mailing that if you mail your materials back.
Yeah, but we'd save a lot more if they didn't double it up, printing it and mailing it in the first
Thank
place.
you. Thank you. And
Well,
that's exactly what we're trying to also get out is if all of us, if the entire community opted into e-ballots, we would save so much money. Go ahead, Don, you were going to say something.
Well, I was just going to say that when we decided to go this route, in my mind, this first go around was kind of in the experimental phase. Is enough people interested to actually use the e-ballot, knowing that, yeah, we're only going to save on return postage for those that opt in. So, but it's a starting point, and I think it's going to take, if it's going to be successful to where we actually see that 50% savings, it's going to be a few elections down the road as people get more in tune with using this and it works and it's easy. And
Yeah.
so
I thought
I'm not expecting or anticipating any great whack of savings on this
Yeah.
first go round.
Okay, I just thought signing up you wouldn't get a ballot. So
Oh,
We will.
all right.
Joji, go ahead.
I was under the impression if you signed up for ballot voting online, that you would get the package, but it would not have a ballot in it.
It
Because
does.
people might vote
think it will.
online and send in the paper ballot, if they get one.
But there's safeguards against that because your paper ballot has a identifier to your property. When you opt in and request the e-ballot, there's also there's an identifier to the property. And whichever one of those is received from Unilect, either the paper ballot is received first or the electronic ballot, that's the
Yeah,
ballot record.
Yeah. that's the
Okay.
one that count.
Yeah. And there's been times, well, at least once last year, where somebody in a family, I don't know how, but somebody sent in a ballot and somehow, maybe they requested a replacement, or I don't know, but there were two ballots, paper ballots sent for that same property, and the one that was received first is what we said, that's the official ballot of record. So there is I'll tell you what, I thought that people could just go to a website and request opting in to an e-ballot, only to find out no, Sudden Valley has to send that information. Somebody needs to let the association know that they want to opt in because of state law and because they need to be vetted as to whether they can vote on the entire ballot or only the budget measure.
Well, and Unilect doesn't necessarily have all the phone numbers and email
They
addresses.
don't.
So
No, they don't.
Sudden Valley has to provide that.
But I just want to say on record, if the majority of us, if we got to a point where, and soon, the majority of us said, I only want to vote electronically. You do not need to send me printed materials. We will save more and more and more money by doing that, which lends itself to the next one is in terms of this next month views article. I'd like to really pull out the important dates in the methods of voting that we're going to look at here in a minute. Have that in the article, and also touch on what the potential of e-balloting can do in terms of cost savings to us. I want to be careful because I don't want to confuse people thinking that they're not going to get a paper mailing and that they can vote with it. I just really want to keep reinforcing the idea that there is cost savings involved here.
So
And
you're gonna write that for the blast and send it to the View so they match, the articles match?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments or anything about further communications? Is there anything we need to besides what I've mentioned, you guys think we need to drive further in the written form?
In what you sent, that the reason that we're, I think, here tonight mostly is to approve that wording that you're going to take to the board for Thursday night so they can get it to the printer, right?
Exactly.
And so what I read, I sent you back an answer and said the only thing I didn't see there was if you didn't get, you had all the scenarios. If you need it electronically, you can call, you got to do it by this date. And if you want another ballot, you got to do it by this date. But there always is if you miss all that, you can still vote Saturday morning between 9 and noon, or you can come in and and you have to come in and get a special ballot. They need to know that. They can't use their old ballot, because I know one year a lady showed up with her mail-in ballot and she wanted to hand it in on the floor. And I said, no, you can't do that. It's got to be, yeah, that ballot isn't good. That there's, you got to get a floor ballot. And
Yeah,
it was too
that
late to
always
get one
happens.
because that closed at noon. And it happened to be Chris Weisel's daughter. At any rate, it was fine. It was only one vote, but that information should, and you corrected it or added another page there that showed all the options that's going to be on the back of it of you can vote from Saturday morning and you can vote from the floor. So as long as those options are in there like they normally are, I think that I agree. I think what you sent was perfect.
Okay. Bear with me just a minute. I want to bring these up. Here it is. Let's go ahead and go right into there and talk about that. Let's see here. Share my screen again. Now you also got some feedback from Dawn. Let's go to this one here is, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the instructions that go back on these things I get mixed up. This is the instructions that goes on the back of the ballot booklet. And I revised some of these because there's no voting to as a what do they call that, where you provide your advisory vote. There's no advisory vote. That was in there last year. Linda provided some feedback on this line right here in blue. So we're spelling out that 3 of the 4 candidates with the highest vote totals will have the 3 3-year terms.
Oh, Rob, what it doesn't say is the term of the 4th candidate.
There is no term for the 4th candidate.
They don't get in. There's only 3 seats.
Well,
There's
there's
only
4
3 seats.
positions, right? Oh, I thought there were
No.
4.
No,
Oh, okay. Okay.
there's 3 full 3-year terms.
Right.
The Architectural Control Committee actually has, Joe Jean, I think you guys have 9 seats altogether, and I think you had like 4
We
or
only
5.
have 4 people.
Yeah, so you have, are you saying you have 4 people who were voted into their seats, or you have?
We have
Oh,
4
4.
members of the ACC, and I think only 2 of us are voted in, and I question whether we've been on for 3 years since we were voted in.
The bylaws say that if you've been voted in, and if you are voted in a seat, and no one has replaced you by vote, then you can stay, as long as you're willing, you can stay on that committee until somebody replaces you by vote.
That's why I've been here for going on my 5th year, 4th year, whatever it is.
And I'm willing to. I didn't run, but I am willing to stick around next year to help. Okay. So
This
go ahead.
this page that you have you're showing us, is it the one you're gonna mail out or something? Because on the replacement ballot line, you have October 4th, 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Take me down there. Let me keep
Right where
going.
your cursor is, it says
Under
October
replacement
23.
ballots.
It's
Replacement ballots, Rob, right at the very second paragraph.
you go up a little higher, down a little lower.
The
It
first
says-
line under replacement ballots.
It says replacement ballots. If you need to replace your mail-in ballot or you do not receive a ballot by October 4th, 2023,
Should say October 1st, 2025.
yeah. You're
Right here, is that what you're
right
saying?
there, yeah.
It's, so that was a catch we caught over the weekend. I think I sent you, what I sent you was two versions of this. This one I'm looking at is R2. R2,
So you've already
Yeah.
fixed,
yeah. So we have October 1st, 2025. We're saying that to see the pages of page 17 through 19, that will be where the instructions are for methods of voting. I added the website for where somebody could opt into e-ballots here. Pertains to important this year. People can vote online. Here's where to opt in. Anything else on here?
Well, the one you're showing us isn't the correct one anyway.
No, this is the correct one. I think you're looking at an older version that I sent you.
What
Well,
you're
the one
showing
on
on the
this-
screen right here can't be correct. It's got
Yeah.
October 2023 on it.
Where does it say? It says October 1st, 2025.
No, you're too far down low.
Okay, I
Take
thought
your
that's where,
cursor up to where it says replacement ballots.
Yeah, that first sentence, Rob.
I mean, you see that it says voting instructions, mailed ballots, sign the backside of the provided return envelope, and then the next paragraph is replacement ballots. If you need to replace your mail-in ballot or do not receive a ballot by October 4th, 2023, call Unilex. Now, that's the one you're showing us on the screen, and it's also the one that.
Right there, right where your cursor is. It says, or do not receive ballot by October 4th, 2023.
the ballot, I'm looking at the ballot count process will take place on Saturday, November 1st. Is that
You're
where
not watching your cursor.
See the
here's
line?
here's my cursor. I'm right next to the third paragraph where it talks about.
You're looking at the wrong page, Rob.
Yeah, you must look, you're not looking at what you are sharing on our screens.
Yeah, your cursor isn't the same as what yours is doing on screen.
Okay, let me see what's going on here. Appreciate your patience as I play with technology.
Well, you fixed it.
That fixed it, yeah, Joji.
I'm sharing my screen here for a second. This is what you sent revised voting instructions. And it does have the correct dates on it.
Yeah, that page did.
Okay. And what this page was written as revised when you mailed it to me.
What revision number is on that? On the file.
I look at it says it says
Does it with R2?
6 NOE dash VIUS 096.
Wow.
Does it
The
say
version
R2?
I got today says October 1st, 2023.
Yeah, it was sent out, dates on here. I don't see that, right? I got one that says revised instruction documents on September 7th. And it says, team, please review these. They were updated with your feedback. I got 2 attachments. This one was called, it says SVCA-NOE. I don't know what that means. -VI. And the other one says methods of voting 2.
Well, what
And
I'm getting at is at the very end of the file name, does it say R1 or R2?
hold on.
The very end of the file name.
That one didn't say anything, but it's all correct.
Scroll down to where you're saying that it had the wrong date. I was missing that.
I
Where
don't
is
have the
that?
one that you showed us with the wrong
Oh,
date.
no, you've got something you're sharing on the screen here, and
Yeah.
you're saying that it has the right date. Will you show me where that
This
is?
that you sent me is all correct. And it's called method of voting.
That's the second page that he sent
But
us. The first
okay,
page.
what I'm
is
getting
one-
at is, guys, what I'm asking is just show me where the date that we've been talking about in question, I'm trying to see where on this document it says that.
It's on, Rob, it's on the methods of voting page. Which you don't
So-
have up on the screen.
Oh, well, yeah, we weren't looking at that one before. Let me,
Well, we were. And it's on the
This is-
date concerning replacement
Okay,
ballots.
methods of voting.
Okay,
And right
now
where
go
your
down to the
cursor is,
replacement vote ballot paragraph.
your cursor's on the word mail-in ballot, and if you keep going to the right a little bit, you're going to see it says, or you do not receive your ballot by October 4th, 2023.
It says,
Right there.
what I've got, the file that I've got up there, I'm sharing says, if you need to replace your paper ballot, do not receive your paper ballot by October 1st, 2025.
This one says
That's not what you're
October
showing.
4th, 2023 that you're showing us.
Yeah, that's not what your screen shows, Rob.
But why-
That's so
why would-
weird.
Why, if
That
you
is
look,
so weird because I'm looking at it right here on my monitor. Weird.
Huh.
well, you obviously fixed it, but you didn't send it to us. And so I'm perfectly satisfied that you have fixed that date. My
Yeah.
question is, where is the mail-in ballot? Or if you're gonna walk into your, put your ballot in the voting box, where is that located? Is that still in the, El Agave?
That's in the,
Yes, this could be the
Yes.
lobby El Agave.
It's still, up. I thought you moved it,
Nope.
no,
so it's staying there.
yeah, I think it even says that.
Because you can't drop them off in the office securely.
Yeah,
It's right here. The ballot count process will take place on Saturday, November 1st. Sun Valley Community Center. Says where things will be recorded.
But Rob, take whatever you
Um,
got on the screen down, because what you're reading is
Yeah,
not
you're
what
reading
on the
different
screen.
than what we're seeing.
What you're showing us isn't what you're reading at all. I don't know why.
That is so weird, guys. Yeah, either do I. So weird. So weird because I'm looking at right on my screen. Weird. Okay, bear with me.
When you
You have
go
a
to
ghost
share,
system.
when you go to share documents, it should draw up something, and you might have a bunch of documents across your screen at the bottom. You got to click on the one you want to share. And you may have
Yeah,
that one open, but you're not sharing it.
yeah, weird. Okay. Well, what I'd hoped, this is what I'd hoped was we would be able to approve this as a committee and take it to the board for their approval. Here's Michael's screen.
This is my screen, and this is what you sent. And then if this is what you're looking at, this is all absolutely correct. You must, online voting, voting by ballot, the ballot boxes at the clubhouse, vote early. And if this is what you're looking at, it's absolutely correct. Methods of voting.
That replacement ballot, on the file that I was looking at says October 2025.
And this one also here, and this, if you look at where I'm at here, right here,
Yeah,
do that.
yeah,
It
I
says
do.
October 1st, 2023.
Yeah,
And it should say what? I gotta click enable editing. Okay. This should say what on it?
it should say October 1st, 2025.
October what?
1st, 2025.
All right. Yeah, okay. So I fixed that. Operators be standing by 24/7. The deadline for a homeowner request a replacement paper ballot is 2 o'clock on October 22nd. Vote by mail. October 31st. They must be in by noon. If to Unilex post office by noon, so you should mail them. Mailed ballots will be returned to SVCA. To get them to there. So something in this ought to give them a date that, oh, it does here, right? So deadline for homeowners to request a replacement ballot. Well, it should say down here, they got to be at Unilex post office box no later than 12 noon on Friday, October 31st. So they should be mailed by
20th.
the 21st at least, or depending on, well, if they're all coming from Sudden Valley, yeah, but if they're coming from anywhere else, it could take a little longer.
Yeah.
So there should be something, well, I guess that says it right there. They have to be in by October 31st. So somebody should say, he wrote here, mail early.
Yeah.
So that should cover that. We got a lot less late ballots last year than we did the year before.
Yeah,
I have another, if you go down to paragraph E at the bottom of that page, Michael, it says obtain proxy form beginning October 1st, 2024. So that needs to be fixed also.
well, no, that's actually the date where our
Oh,
proxy voting.
beginning October 21st, 2024, you could do this. Yeah, you're right, Rob. But good eye, Joe Jean.
That should say 2024.
That's
Yeah,
the year we started it.
state law required us to allow proxy votes.
But is that relevant for this ballot? I mean, for these
Yeah, it
instructions?
could
I
be.
think it could just confuse people.
Well, we need to, it's state law, so we have to include it. We did
Oh.
receive, we received 0 proxy votes last year, but we still have to have it. I agree, it could be confusing, Don, yeah.
Well, it explains, it basically by law, we have to explain that on October 1st, 2024, we started allowing, being able for you to vote by proxy. And it says down here, to be valid, you must return your proxy ballot to the entity by 4:30 Thursday, October 30th. Why is that? Why
I think
can't they
that's,
have till Friday the 31st?
I think that gives us 24 hours to process it and get it into the box.
Okay. Okay. And then if we go down, we got the AGMs at 1 o'clock, out of state. We make sure you're mailed by October 15th. Homeowners, no, and they have to be they must be submitted if you're gonna mail them to Unilect. They gotta be down there before noon on, Friday, October 31st.
So what this doesn't address, how do you obtain a proxy ballot? This tells us when you could start doing that in 2024 and tells you how to return it. How do you get one?
Good question.
Or does that come with is that something that comes in your packet?
No. I think they have to go to to staff, to the welcome center and request one.
Well, it should say that in here.
I'm
It
reading
should.
number C, online voting e-ballot. I think it explains there how you get.
Well, it should be under vote by proxy statement.
Yeah, that's different than
And
C.
the paragraph says obtain proxy forms, but it doesn't tell you what to do to obtain a proxy form. Instructions to complete the form are included with the form.
It should be in our entity manual. Let me take a quick look here.
Be nice if it was something that we could just put a web address on it and put the web address in there, they could click it. Or they could, yeah, or they could copy and paste it into the. Hopefully it's not some super long government.
Well, there's a section here that we added that said voting by proxy. I gotta find it here, I remember.
Might be in the appendices.
It's in section 5.7. 5, I'm in 8. 5.7, 5.3. 5.7, proxy ballots. Washington state law requires homeowner association members to be allowed to vote a proxy.
Oh, here. Proxy forms and processes.
There it is.
A member wishing to obtain a proxy form may address their written signed hard copy request to the N&E committee in care of SVCA, blah, blah, blah. And then the
Okay.
member will be mailed an official hard copy.
Do you have hard copies to mail, Rob?
No, didn't have any last year either. Like I said, nobody requested one.
Well, if it's being offered, there should be some available.
No, I agree. No, I'm not pushing back. I agree.
Yeah. No, I just,
Well, trying to think of what we would put in here. Let's see.
Well, we should have a definite answer of one, where do you get you have to, well, basically it says here to obtain proxy forms, you have to, it should say in there, it says you must request, it should say request a hard copy.
yeah, it takes a written request to the N&E committee.
Well, how about if we throw, let's take directly from the N&E manual and put it in there. And then I will contact staff and find out, do they know where these forms are?
Okay,
I think
I got the
wouldn't
form. You want me to put it in there?
Yes,
Okay, it says beginning October 24th, and I don't know what I did there. Comma, a member wishing an original SBA proxy form may address their written, signed, hard copy request to N&E committee in care of admin. What's saying right there, they have to request one through N&E, and
Right.
instructions to complete the form are included with the form. But it says it right there. That's what they're supposed to do. They need to send in.
Right.
That's exactly
Oh.
what it says in the book. So this says what it says. They have to request, have to address their written, signed, hard copy request. So there should be something in the pamphlet here that says I'm requesting a hard copy.
Well, the first sentence says the voter booklet includes instructions on obtaining and returning a proxy request form.
At the very beginning.
That first sentence under says AGM or SGM voter booklet includes instructions on obtaining a proxy request form. So apparently that needs to be in there.
oh, you know
This whole
what?
paragraph.
We don't have the entire booklet on hand here tonight. It could be on page 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it could be in 2 or 3.
Where is that paragraph, Don? Is it on this
Where?
page I got here?
It's on page 19 of under proxy ballots, 5.7.
Oh, you're talking about the manual itself. I gotcha. I
Yeah,
thought we
I'm
were,
in the N&E manual.
I thought we were talking the booklet. Sorry.
um,
Well, the booklet that we've got doesn't say anything about it.
Well, all we have is the last page of the booklet. We're looking at the last page.
Oh, okay. Well,
There's about 18 other pages of the booklet. It'll have the candidates' information, their headshot, the bio, a sample
well,
ballot.
this section of methods by voting, that's where it should be.
Right.
so this is the other page that you sent us that says voting instructions. Now, is this in that packet?
The other file I sent you is the instructions on the back of the ballot.
That's not what this is that I put on the screen just
Now,
now.
what you have on the screen is the instructions on the back of the booklet.
Oh,
The
okay.
booklet. The NOE, the one that's titled SV, NOE, blah, blah. That's the instructions on the back of the ballot itself.
That's this one.
I just see methods of voting.
How did I do that? Oh, here we go. This is the back of the ballot one then.
Yes.
Okay.
Wonder if that's wonder if that was part of the earlier confusion was they start reading the same, but they're two different files.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and somewhere, well, actually, and Don's correct on both of them, it does not address clear. Well, it does on this one. If this is the very back of the ballot, it says you're to obtain proxy forms. Send in your request to N&E, care of SVCA, and complete the instruction forms. Instructions to complete the form are included with the form. So the form, is the form in here?
No, and it wouldn't be. This is on the back of the ballot.
There's something on there that is going to say requesting a proxy.
Well, I think what it's saying here, maybe not well, is if you want a proxy form, send a written, signed, hard copy request to the NNE committee care of the Sudden Valley's admin office. And you'll get one with instructions on how to complete the form. That's
Okay.
that's what I'm reading into this. Now, there might be a better way to word it.
Okay.
Well,
So
then the next
instructions
issue
to
is,
complete the form will be in CL. Where am I at? Where am I? I lost my place.
will be included with the form.
Instructions to complete the proxy, I should say proxy form. Will be included with the form. So that says
With the
right there.
form, maybe the form itself, Michael.
Huh?
Maybe at the very at just end the sentence with itself, where it says with the form itself. Well, I meant, yeah,
That's clear.
that's good.
Okay. And then Rob, make a note that we got to make sure there are proxy forms if somebody wants to request one. And staff knows where they're at and can get one out to them in a timely fashion.
Luckily,
Okay.
that
And then it says how to return it. So that's all good. And the rest of this looks like it's correct. So do you want me to send you this form back, Rob?
it would be good, and then I will let Linda, as the board secretary, know that we
Edited
have approved these forms. Excuse me, we have approved these instructions with the addition of the proxy language.
Okay. So I will copy both of these and send them back to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So what I'd like to do is handle both of these files separately, and I'm looking for a motion to approve the instructions on the back of the ballot. That is that's the file we just looked at. So is there a motion to approve the instructions for the back of the ballot?
I'll make the motion to approve it.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Jody?
Are you talking about this page? Nope.
All I see is a shimmering palm tree. Joe Jean, it's the last file we were just looking at with Michael. It's the file that we updated the proxy voting on it.
Yeah, I'll agree.
So you're yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion for the voting instructions on the back of the ballot booklet. That was the first file that we were looking at. What Michael shared. Is there a motion to approve that?
Well, I vote yes.
So what we're doing is we're approving both of the files, but with our amended language for how to obtain a proxy form. And Rob's going to go make sure that those forms are available.
I'm looking at the instructions in our manual about
Yes.
these, and it doesn't tell you any place how to get one or what it looks like.
Well, in the
That's what I
manual,
originally brought up.
it does say where to get it. It says that you have to request one. We just read that a minute ago.
You know, our GM has been in a couple of other Washington HOAs. I'm going to check with him and see if he's got that location on the tip of his fingers. I got a feeling it's not a Sun and Valley form itself. I got a feeling it's association form across the state. Because we needed to include it because it's part of the state law. All right. So our last item, I was thinking about talking in terms of the candidate forum. In that roles and responsibilities we looked at earlier in the year. I'll be moderating. We'll need someone to time keep and someone to maybe hold up a card or something so the candidate knows they've got about 30 seconds left. So I don't want it to just ding and they're like, oh, sorry, you're out of time. Let's give them a little notice.
Yeah.
Is everybody planning on being at the two forums?
I am.
Okay. Well, it's just to want to make sure that there's people there that can help with that.
Yep.
Is there anything else for the good of the order? Nothing? All right, so we are
I think we covered it.
I think we covered it all. We had a good discussion. Thank you for your patience while I was playing around with Zoom share screens. So we are adjourned at 7:36. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.